This is a 1994 Team Associated RC10GT truck. What's up, guys? I got the new Arrma. No, this is not the Arrma Kraton 8S. This is just 3S. And guys, this is pushing it. Really, you're supposed to be running this on a nickel metal hydroxide battery or a 2S. This is a very old Arrma. I've owned this for probably more than 5 years at this point. I actually bought this brand new on Tower Hobbies when they had the Black Friday sales. Now guys, before I continue with this video, I did get a new Black Friday RC car coming in. It is the Red Cat Gen 8. The secret's out. It was a really good 20% discount. I've always wanted a crawler. I in fact kind of hate crawlers. My first crawler was a Duratrax Cliff Climber. Total disaster. If you guys know any of your RC history, you would know what the Duratrax Cliff Climber was. Although it was not that bad for the money at that time. This right here is my way of bringing back brush motor technology. Everyone's going brushless. We're all going to 8S. We're all getting the X-Max. We're all getting the Kraton. Well, that doesn't matter because The Rock said so. Do you guys see what I'm seeing? Yep, it's my first X-Max. And by mine, I don't actually mean it's mine because I already spent too much money on RC products this month. This is the Arrma Fury. The only modification I've done to this right here are the Proline Dirt Hog wheels. The reason is, when and eventually I sell this, I want to sell this in as original condition as possible. I don't like to sell crap because sooner or later, it's gonna come back to bite you in the ass. You know what I'm saying? The front tires here are original. I did not change them out because you know what? This is only a two-wheel drive model. This has a bottom load battery tray design. Very cool system. And guys, I've got rubber mud flaps. That's right. This truck is basically from the era when Proline was dominating short course, and when you had rubber mud flaps on your RC, you were a winner. And this makes me a winner, guys. I don't need 8S Kraton 1/5 fake scale power just to have a good time. Let me show you under the body itself. Yep, there you go. A basic short course two-wheel drive layout. The ESC has really easy access. I like the fact that the power switch is covered in this rubber boot. It is waterproof. This thing is only really rated for 35 amps, but it does have this factory standard Dean's connector. You guys see that? Really nice technology at the time. The shocks, I gotta say, when I first got this, they were really nice. Look how smooth the factory stock suspension is. I did not do anything to this chassis at all. The rear shock tower has a metal brace. You have a really cool short style antenna. The brushed 15-turn motor, you could put in a different motor if you wanted to here, but you know, for 35 amps, I'm running a 3S right over here. The battery just barely fits. Pretty cool system overall. You have metal drivetrain in the back. The shocks are of course completely plastic, but you know what, they don't leak, and they seem to be really good at suspension dampening in general. The bottom of the chassis, simple guys. Let me show you how the battery is loaded here. So you remove this little body clip right over here, right? There's a bar that slides out. This bar, the battery bar, I guess they call it, and there you go. Stick your battery in here. This is a 2800 11 volt 35C. Not one of the weakest batteries. This is pretty moderate actually, but really easy, you know, loading of the entire battery system in general. And you know what the benefit of this is? It is as low as possible in the chassis. There's really no way you can get any lower on this chassis unless you built like a lowrider. Yep. All right. This is the original radio it came with. It is a 2.4 gigahertz unit, so it does the job just fine. Let's power this on. The steering servo, you guys see that? It is quick. This is all stock, mind you. Oh yeah, we got power. Let's get the body on, go for some passes. Hopefully I don't have any catastrophes. We could see how fast this thing actually is. By the way, the body has these really cool fins here at the back. I really like the design of this Arrma in general. That's why I got it back then. Here we go, guys. Oh yeah, it's zooming off the line. It's zooming. No crashes. That's good. Make our way back. I'm at full throttle right now, full throttle. It's doing nice. It's doing nice, man. 15-turn motor. Let's make our way back. I'm at full throttle right now. As full as possible. There we go. Straight. Generating a crowd of one guy. Straight. The brakes are good. Oh, wow. Guys, you see this? I got a top speed of 33 miles an hour with a small 3S LiPo. Not bad at all. I think this thing could do 35, maybe even 40 with a slight gearing upgrade, you know? This is just an example of you don't always need a brushless system. You gotta keep the brush motors alive, you know what I'm saying? So far, no thermal cutoff. You know, a lot of times people say, hey, I want a four-wheel drive, but guys, I gotta tell you, I like the two-wheel drive electrics. They're not bad. It survived, guys. You see this? Vintage Arrma chassis. Nice plastics all around, of course, all around, you know, what do you want from this? You got mud flaps, they did their job. Look how clean this thing is. Look at the brush motor, you got 33 miles an hour. I mean, there's brushless RCs you can buy today that basically without a 3S can't even get over 30. I'm touching the coolant head on the ESC. It is basically like almost room temperature. Let's get some Arrma Fury time at the track. 3S LiPo fully charged. Don't have any ballooning, unfortunately, but we got a track. Let's go. Not bad. Well, the top speed is pretty insufficient for a track of this size, I would say. So far, no flips at all. Suspension is doing its job. Oh yeah, we got some carnage out there. This thing could definitely benefit from a brushless system. I can feel it. What's up, Nitro Gang? You didn't think I was just gonna talk about Arrmas in this video, did ya? Let me introduce you to my little friend. This is my brand new, and by new I mean very old, this is a 1994 Team Associated RC10GT truck. For those of you that want to know where this is from, this one is not mine. I am gonna be restoring this as a favor for the person that gave me this Thunder Tiger right here. I know he's gonna be watching this video, so once again, thanks, man. This is his personal favorite RC. He told me he bought this back in 1994 when this was still brand new. Now, the Team Associated RC10 series first came out in 1984. It is one of the oldest professional racing trucks that you could possibly get.
Greg Degani, Austin Borg, Don Anderson, and Ron Rossetti. Alright, pit crews. Looks like everyone's on the... We have our third march of pit crews. Release the truck. Once again, the main event underway. Shortly, truck one. Dragonak second, in the three there for Tani. Truck number 6 is third, Austin Warwick in the 8. There comes Richard Sachs and Ron Rossetti.
This particular one does need some work. The body is not original. The original body was really boxy. This is what's called a crowd pleaser body. You could tell right over here in the front of the grille, the logo says CP, crowd pleaser. So this is a much more curvy, angular body, you know, pretty much similar to the much newer RC10GT Pluses. Let me show you exactly what this car looks like on the inside. Yep, it's a regular two-wheel drive stadium truck chassis. This particular one has the really nice, my favorite, OS12 CV engine with a pulse start. Iconic blue aluminum square cooling head. I love these things. I know the Bug 404 has a couple of these. He actually gave me some information on this truck. I asked him, what does the GT refer to in the Associated RC10GT? Well, clearly it means it is a gas truck. I thought it referred to some kind of GT because it was faster, maybe Gran Turismo, something to do with racing, but apparently it means gas truck. So pretty obvious. This particular one needs a good amount of work. The motor is seized. I cannot pull the pull start. So very common in older nitro engines. Of course, you guys saw me do the restoration on this Thunder Tiger. This came from the same exact household. I have no doubt this will be repairable. Now, just looking at the chassis itself, there are a lot of cool tricks that nitro guys used to do back in the day. You guys see this green cover? Yep, this is when electronics were not waterproof. The only way to waterproof electronics back then was to either put them in a balloon. Now, honestly, I think a good idea would have been to hot glue the case all around, but a lot of people just used covers like this to protect their stuff. This was back when you had to pretty much, come up with solutions by yourself because internet research just was not as common. You would wind up going to your hobby store and whatever those guys said, that's what went. The tires all around are brand new Pro-Line Dirt Hogs. Some areas I could tell need to be glued. Once again, this was like the era when tires did not come glued. You used to have to buy the rims and the wheels with the foam separately. So when you were running an RC years ago, you really had to put some work into it. So what's good about this particular one right now? We're not going to go deep into this. This is only an introduction. The air filter is here. That's a good sign. Although, of course, it has a lot of degradation of the foam. You guys can see after a while, the foam just begins to break apart. That's due to the oil that's being used in the filter just breaks it down. But no big deal. We can simply just get another foam filter element. The electronics, guys, they work. Yeah, they work. Throttle servo works. Of course, the trims are all terrible. Nothing is set up correctly, but that's something I'm gonna have to do. The main thing is the gears. The gears are fine. The spur gear is not stripped. The biggest thing here is the slop. You guys could see it's a lot of slop, probably because there's some parts missing in the front of the steering bell crank system. And of course, the second biggest issue is this fact that the motor is seized. I'm gonna have to disassemble this, go through all of it again. The shocks, the Associated series are known for really cool shocks. Yeah, they're gold colored shocks. These are some of my favorite. Now, the owner told me they do leak, and judging based on, the non-existent dampening rate here, there does not appear to be much shock oil in there. So we're gonna go over all of this. I just wanted to give you guys an introduction to one of the most iconic nitro trucks in all of RC history, and I hope that I'm able to get this up and running just like this Thunder Tiger right here. So stay tuned, comment, like, and subscribe if you're a nitro lover and supporter, even if you drive an electric truck like I do once in a while. This is part of nitro RC history. Hell, this is part of overall RC history right here. Alright, Nitro Gang, let me know down in the comments if you ever ran one of these. I know some of you did in fact have these, and yes, I also used to own one of these years ago. Later.